What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and I have a very special request for you to share with you guys today. As I'm sure you can already tell from the title, some of you are a little bit excited, so let me just spread some light on the topic. As some of you may know, I recently released two Versus Series matchups of mine, putting The Boss versus Solid Snake, and then Albert Wesker versus Jake Muller, and both those videos got a very good amount of positive feedback. And I'm currently working on my newest one, which I'm currently typing up the script for it, which I'm putting Trish, Lady, and Lucia against each other in a triple threat, which I gotta tell you, it has been a nightmare to try to script this matchup. And I realized that as soon as I'm done with this one, I only really have one more matchup planned for the rest of the year, and I really want to start getting a head start on making the matchups for 2015. But I want to organize it in a way that I can get as many of them out as I can without, overloading it so much. So I've kind of got it down to the point where I'm going to make sure I upload at least 2 matchups per month. So I'll have about 24 matchups in total for 2015. The problem is that I don't really have enough matchups of my own to kind of do the entire year for, so I have officially wanted to ask some of you guys of what are some particular matchups that you guys would like to see. Now, my matchups do kind of follow a couple of rules, and so I would like to share those rules with you first before you guys share your amazing ideas. So starting off first with the very first rule of my versus matchups when you're coming up with your ideas is make sure that these characters are part of the same franchise. I find that if they're part of the same franchise, they're actually they're easier to compare because they both follow a set of rules when it comes to their competitive capabilities. It's easier than when comparing someone from one franchise to another because they follow different rules, so it's a little bit harder to compare them. The second rule that I would like you to imply is that make sure that these characters have not met in any official canon sources. I think that by having characters who have never met face each other, it puts me in a better state of mind to think of, what if scenario. And I think that coming up with what if scenarios with characters that I've never met is much more comfortable than putting new characters who have met each other and then kind of come up with some BS excuse as for why these guys would ever have a problem with each other. And the third rule is to make sure that these guys have similar combat styles. I don't want you putting someone who uses a gun against someone who uses a sword. So, like, if you're going to pick characters, make sure they're either people who both use guns, they both use hand-to-hand combat, or they both use swords, or they have similar matches in which they like to engage in their combat fighting styles. However, aside from these official rules that I've applied for my own Versus Series matchups, there are a couple of exceptions, but these are very, very vague exceptions, and I will only accept your Versus matchups ideas if it follows a couple of these exceptional rules. Now, one of these exceptional rules is something I'm actually trying in my next Versus matchups, that I actually am willing to try doing matchups that involve more than 2 people. I'm currently working on a triple threat. You can certainly add triple threats of your own, or you can add team matchups, or maybe 4-on-4, or just like fatal 4-way type of matchups. They're a little bit harder to do, and just know that the more people that you add in these matchups, the longer the video is going to be and the longer it is going to take me to get up. The next exceptional rule that I am applying is cross-franchise parallels. What I mean by this is that you can actually use characters from different franchises as long as they're similar and for some reason they're parallels of each other. I'm not going to spoil it right now, but the next matchup, the last matchup that I have planned out for myself for this year, is actually a parallel matchup. It involves 2 characters, which a lot of people have kind of debated as to see which one of these characters is better. But, they're different franchises, but they're very, very similar, which is why I felt that using this matchup for kind of my season 1 finale would be a very good idea. But I'm not going to spoil that until I get my triple threat done. And the last exceptional rule for my Versus Series matchups request is that if it is popular demand. I know that there are a number of people who would really like to see who would win in a fight between Big Boss and Solid Snake, but we all know that those guys have actually won. Who's actually won those engagements? I'm sure some people would really like me to do a video talking about who would win in a fight between Chris Redfield and Leon S. Kennedy, despite the fact that they've actually met and they've actually brawled a little bit. But if there is a matchup that is so popular it is just unavoidable, then I will present it. And one little rule that I am thinking about, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to enforce it, is I have been thinking about trying to get into the whole Star Wars versus series community. The problem I have with that is I kind of want my versus series to be different than theirs. It just seems that everyone that does versus series, all they want to do is focus on is just Star Wars, and I think that focusing on Star Wars characters is the easiest way to do it. And unfortunately for me, Star Wars is just not a franchise that I have a lot of heart into it. Video games is definitely where I put my heart and passion into my versus series, which is why I have more fun doing versus series involving video game characters than I do Star Wars characters. And with that, those are all the rules that I have for my particular versus matchups requests. If you have any ideas that follow these type of rules or the exception rules, please do not hesitate to type them in the comments down below. And if they are really good, and I actually would like to and think that a lot of people would really like to see these matchups, I will be sure to add them into my collection of versus series matchups. And I think probably at the end of this year, if not probably the first day or the first week of next year, I will upload a video kind of showing all the matchups that I will be doing for the entire year. However, I'm not sure how I'm going to organize them or decide which matchups I'm going to do first. Maybe I'll do them random. So, like always, if you like this video, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to protect me in my future versus series matchups, video game and movie reviews, and topic videos. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you next time.